That then brings us to item number B, second reading, consideration action on an ordinance to amend Chapter 46 of the solid waste. Mr. Sanders, you want to give us an update?
We have, this ordinance is almost exactly the same as the first reading. We've added 2 items, which gives us a little more control over the issuing of, we tied the issuance of a building permit, residential building permit, to establishing a sanitation account in Public Works. And we also changed section 4615B for commercial collection, where a business shall be required to establish, maintain, and keep current a commercial sanitation account. So we just put a little more teeth into the ordinance.
Any questions for Mr. Sanders? I have one, and I don't know if this is a question for you or Mr. Davis or maybe Ms. Johnson. Under 46-17 and 46-15, both titled Commercial Collection, under subsection A of both of those, it says that in order to obtain a business license, the applicant for such license must execute a solid waste disclosure form from the city. My question is, will that affect two scenarios? Will that affect people that have home businesses, their ability to get a business license, or people, for instance, myself, we have a suite of offices, so we don't apply for the garbage permit, but we do have individual business licenses within our suite. Is that a change that we're making?
Gay, I would guess the property owner would be responsible for setting up the commercial account, given the scenario with the suite of offices. And home occupations are home sanitation services.
Right. They are served by the home sanitation service. The home businesses don't really produce a lot of
My concern is we're not putting any extra burden on any of these people. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, I will call for a motion.
Motion to approve the new sanitation ordinance. I don't have the numbers here.
Motion to amend Chapter 46 of the
That's
solid
the
waste
one.
ordinance with
Correct.
the amendments as presented?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a second? Second by Mayor Pro Tem Witz. Any discussion by council?
This has been in the works for quite a while, and it's basically just to clean up. There was a lot of verbiage in the original ordinance that was a little bit confusing and a little bit difficult to work around. This will make it easier when we have changes for Kay Johnson and her crew to just make those changes. We don't need to change the ordinance if there's new technology or anything that affects the collection of trash, recyclables, and yard trimmings. So this should just make things a whole lot easier for everybody and clean up the existing ordinance.
Additional comments from council? Seeing none, I'll open the floor to public comment. Anyone that would like to speak in favor or in opposition of this motion, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one coming forward, I'll close the public comment. Any further discussion of council? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of approval of the amendments to Chapter 46 Solid Waste Ordinance signify by raising your right hand. 6 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The amendments stand approved. Now, under new business, we have A, consideration action on mayor's nomination and council's confirmation of Judy Lovell, an experienced actor in film, TV, and theater, retired drama teacher, to the Snellville Public Arts Commission. I have put forward Ms. Lovell's nomination to serve on the Public Art Commission. Is there a motion to confirm her nomination?
I'd like to make a motion. I would like to have council approve Judy Lovell for membership on the Art Commission.
There is a motion to approve Ms. Lovell's nomination. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emanuel. Motion made by Councilwoman Kraus. Any further discussion? See none, I'll call the favor. All those in favor of the nomination signify by raising your right hand. 6 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The nomination stands approved. Item number B, consideration action on mayor's nomination and council's confirmation of Alicia Boykin, co-owner of Time to Inspire Art School and an experienced author, to the Snellville Arts Commission. I put forward Ms. Boykin's nomination. Is there a motion to approve her nomination? There is a motion by Councilmember, Mayor Pro Tem Witts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emmanuel. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the nomination signify by raising your right hand. 6 in favor. All those opposed. 0 opposed. The motion stands approved. I mentioned in the work session, I'm withdrawing the nomination of Mr. Boykin. They are husband and wife, and they have 7 children. So upon second thought, they thought it would be best that both of them not serve because someone had to look after the children. So that brings us to item number D, consideration action on mayor's nomination and council's confirmation of Shannon Foster, a local artist and a Georgia Gwinnett College student who founded Creative Collective, to the Snellville Public Arts Commission. I put forward Ms. Foster as a nomination. Is there a motion to approve Ms. Foster?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make the motion to approve Shannon Foster as a member of the Arts Commission.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Councilwoman Kraus, second by Councilman Emmanuel. Any further discussion?
I have a comment, please.
Okay.
I spoke to Shannon, and she's a young lady with lots of exuberance, and she is very excited about being on this board, and I look forward to seeing her ideas in reality, I guess. I'm excited about meeting her. I also spoke with Judy Level, and Judy is on one end of the spectrum, and Shannon is on the other, and they're both into the theater. And I believe that even though there's a big age difference between them two, they are going to work very well together, and I think Snellville is very fortunate to have both of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
I spoke to both applicants as well, and I think they're going to do an excellent job. I think Ms. Foster's only problem is she's too young. Nobody should be that young. But I think she'll do an excellent job and has a lot of enthusiasm. So I think we're going to get the Arts Commission up and rolling with some excellent people on it.
Okay. See no further discussion. I'll call the question. All those in favor of the nomination signify by raising your right hand. 6 in favor. All those opposed. 0 opposed. The nomination stands approved. Thank you. That now brings us to council reports. Councilman Sabag, I know you may have to run, so we'll start with you tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for coming. My report is brief. I think I'm going to repeat some of the things that we heard before. The city is really doing great. I have promised to take time on my weekends and some of the small time that I have to walk around, visit businesses, and see if I can be of further help. The message is very bright out there. I think we have a great city, and your contribution as members and as volunteers has really helped a lot, because that's what the message is out there, and I do appreciate everyone's involvement. Thank you so much. Eastside Medical keeps coming up. Walmart comes up all the time. So the folks that help out in the community, big kudos and thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Thank you, Councilman Sabag. Councilman Howard.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, it's time for the slideshow. Here we go. Thank y'all for coming out again tonight. I'm waiting on our operator tonight. Oh, Best of Gwinnett was first. Go ahead and do that. That's fine. Over the next couple of meetings, Mr. Sanders and I are going to be visiting all of the Snellville businesses that made the list as far as the Best of Gwinnett. When the magazine does this, they really just, I mean, it's a true vote, and the people that like these places of businesses and these places that offer services, they really stand by them, and again, it just reflects again some additional goodness here within our city. So this will kind of dovetail into something else, but over the next couple of meetings, you're gonna hear live and in color the list of all these businesses. And like I say, Mr. Sanders and I are gonna make a special trip around the city and make sure we see each of them. But and most of you probably know some of these businesses, so we want to continue to do that. The next one, please, is the open meetings. Do that Councilman Emanuel and Mayor Pro Tem Witts and I attended an open meetings and open records, very informative meeting by the Assistant Attorney General, Stephen Ritter. And the one thing that the new Sunshine Law, if you will, makes clear is that we have to be open and transparent in government. And, you know, one of the things that we always want to do is that we want to do that. I mean, that's what we want to do. But we found that there's, you know, some things that we could probably do better. So Councilman Emanuel and I are going to kind of look at this thing, you know, in detail. We're going to bring forward some of the things that we found, and we're going to really study this thing and make sure that we're doing all the right things to make sure that, you know, we're open and transparent with what we do. The meetings that we hold, the things that we do, the things that we want to get done. You know, it's all got to be open and up front. So it was very, very informative evening, and we appreciated the Holy Martyrs of Vietnam Catholic Church over off of Beaver Ruin for hosting that event. They did a wonderful job, and it was very well received. I'd say probably 80 or 90 folks there that night. So all right, try the next one there, Melissa. Shop local. I hate to beat a dead horse, but going back to the best of Gwinnett, pledge to shop local and encourage people that you know to shop local, because there are so many wonderful, good businesses. If you get hurt, go to East Side. You know, so there's so many good things that you can do in the city to support the businesses that want to be here, and they want to be here. They don't want to be anywhere else but here. So, again, I want to continue to tout those businesses. And when you're looking for something, shop local. You'll hear me say it time and time again. So, it's great to be in Snellville. Thank you all for being here. A lot of y'all are the true heart and soul. Our garden's coming up and a lot of good things happening. So just continue what you're doing. Thanks for your support, and awful proud to be here for you. Thanks.
Mayor Pro Tem Witts.
Caught me off guard, but never out of words. We went to a project managers meeting with the Georgia electric co-ops down in Atlanta last week, and first thing was amazing is how many people there have ties to either Snellville or Lawrenceville. That of all the project managers we met down there, I think we had 2 graduates from South, we had 2 graduates from one from Parkview and 2 from Brookwood. So we're very well represented. Snellville's very well represented down there. And something that I think we take for granted that we need to talk more about is what each one of them said was the one thing that they think about when they think about Snellville: shopping. We don't really realize just how good the shopping in Snellville is, because it's here and we have it. And you don't know you don't have it unless you don't have it. But you take Lawrenceville, Lilburn, Stone Mountain, when they want to shop, they come to Snellville. And we have the equivalent square footage of retail shops as the Mall of Georgia. Now, we don't think of ourselves that way, but we really are the shopping mecca of North DeKalb, South Gwinnett, and South Monroe, or Walton, and even Rockdale. People in Conyers, they come up 20 and they come shopping in Snellville. We don't realize just how big our shopping center is, and I think we need to promote that more. It was eye-opening. I knew it, but I just didn't really. Living here, you don't really realize how much it means to people outside the area until you confront them and they tell you, well, you got the shopping. So I thought that was very enlightening. On March 16th, the Snellville Garden is going to have a casino night at the Country Club. I want all of you to please make sure you tell people about that. Come over and have a good time. There's going to be a silent auction and Gretchen, help me out here. We're going to have a silent auction. There's going to be prizes for door prizes and prizes for the people who gamble and win the most money. It's going to be a really good time. And of course, anything that's put on over at the Country Club is always well attended and well put on. So we hope to see you there. And if you own a business in Snellville and you want to make sure that you're part of that, please get in touch with Gretchen or Susan Chapelier or Kathy Emanuel. They will certainly, or Marcy, they will certainly get you to the right people so that if you'd like to have something in one of those drawings, you can have it. I've been busy the last couple of weeks. Me and my buddy, the memorial sign, have hit a lot of different groups in the city. I want to thank all of them for their warm reception and for listening to my spiel. I just stand there and it just comes out now. I've said it so many times. And we're coming along well on that. We're shooting now for a Veterans Day completion date and inauguration of that and relighting the candle, or relighting the light. We hope that works out. Thank you all for coming tonight, and you got my number. If I can do anything for you, give me a call.
Councilman Emanuel.
Well, they talked about everything I was going to talk about, so I'll be short. Right. All members of the peanut gallery, please leave. The economic development meeting we went to was really eye-opening, and people know Snellville. And something you don't think about is people say, well, let's go to Snellville for dinner. And there are people from Covington, Conyers, and I'm sure Lawrenceville and on the north side as well. So as some of my predecessors have said this evening, there's a lot of talk about Snellville and the things going on here. And I think, again, we do lose sight of that because we're here and it's something that's right in your backyard. But Snellville is making an impression around the state. And a lot of people are aware of what's going on here and they're enthusiastic about it. So I think that's something you might want to share with some of your neighbors, is that a lot of times you lose perspective on it because you're here. And the other thing they mentioned was the sense of community and how important that is for driving an economic engine. And I did a blog, oddly enough, today about the things that are going on that have renewed the sense of community in Snellville, specifically the community garden, the farmers market, the Veterans Memorial that's coming, and I think these things have really changed the face of Snellville and changed it the way other people perceive Snellville. And people knew about the farmers market from outside the area, and some of them said, oh yeah, we go there. And it's not just pulling in local people. So we've got a lot to be proud of, and I think the city motto is very apropos to that. So spread the word, and I think we can make Snellville even more successful. Have a good night.
Councilman Kraus.
After all these reports, you're going to leave here knowing that, Melissa, if you put my slide up, first time I get a slide and everybody's talked about it, the Georgia Department of Economic Development. It was an awesome meeting, and so since I prepared it, I'm going to read it to you. We went down to Midtown Atlanta and we met with more than 9 project managers and representatives from Georgia EMC and Walton EMC, who hosted this informal session for us in a lunch discussion with the state project managers. This effort was unique because the leadership of very few cities, very few, take the time to talk with the state program managers. This event was hosted solely for the purpose of educating our leadership, us, this council, and the citizens in Snellville. They wanted to tell us about the state project development practices and to create an opportunity for Snellville leaders to build relationships with state-level project development staff. So I would like to share with you this slide that pretty much states who they are, what they do. They attract new business investment. They support expansion of industry and small businesses. They locate new markets for Georgia. There's no reason why Snellville can't get a little piece of that. Attracting tourists, from within and from outside. And believe it or not, shoppers can sometimes be tourists, so we're bringing them in here. And promoting Georgia and Snellville as a desirable location for entertainment, business, and projects. Realistically, we learned that project managers have so much to do that they rely on relations like the one we began on Thursday. They rely on us to tell them what we need. And as Mayor Pro Tem stated, these project managers were young. They were between 25 and 35 years of age. 3 of them were from Gwinnett County, 2 graduated from South Gwinnett, and 1 from Brookwood. These people are very smart. They know what's happening in Snellville. They live here or lived here. And so they knew what we were talking about, and they knew what we wanted to do, and they were all for helping us in any way, shape, or form. So I just want to thank Butch for encouraging this meeting and personally opening my eyes to a whole new perspective of this city. And we can all work together, this whole community, and we can utilize this Georgia Department of Economic Development to help us. We're not in this alone. Thank you for coming tonight, and I do appreciate all of you. Good night.
That concludes the council comments. Now for the mayor's report.